I'd buy that for $1.
Anyway, word has come about from the actress that plays Harley Quinn that season 2 of Cape Crusader is in production.
People are morons.
Ah, it's not great, but it's really not that bad. Like the first 5 episodes are really kind of fun.
You know, I haven't. After the 5th episode, I was like, the Clayface episode was good because they kind of made him look like the Shadow.
It was all right, yeah.
But after that, you don't really give a shit about any of the characters.
No, well, I had problems because Batman doesn't give a shit about any of the characters, starting with Alfred.
Oh, Guy treats Alfred like
That's when I
shit.
checked out. I'm like, that's it. This is not for me, and I am not the target audience.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, well, all right, at least I could say I liked the first 5 episodes and everyone did a good job. I didn't dislike it for the reason that everyone's bitching, like gender swapping Penguin. I actually enjoyed that. So, but
okay, that's a you thing.
Dude, she was savage. Like,
oh, she really was.
She killed her
episodes I
kids.
saw. Yeah, killed her own fucking son. That was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, that was definitely a Penguin thing. But again, I do not respect Bruce Timm for saying, well, Batman just doesn't have that many interesting villains, so we had to make one a girl.
Bruce Timm's a fucking moron.
And Batman's got a shit ton of interesting villains.
He just didn't want to do the work for it.
No.
Almost 80 years of fucking villains. Like, there's work that could have been done, like people that could have been used.
Just saying.
Hell, Golden Glider, since we're talking about
I will repeat it to this day. Paul Dini was the genius of that duo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
he really was. I still think so.
Yep.
So, but in other
But for
Batman
fans, congratulations. Like, keep watching your show. Have fun with it. Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm out. So.
I'm curious as if it did it really pull the numbers, or was it just something where like they already had it in production and it was contracted?
Well, based on how many episodes the first season was, this was probably a combined order, and this is just the split of that. This is just the second half, because with animation, they always order more than enough to split into 2 seasons. Probably just got the first half of the episodes. Now we're getting the second half. They did this to freaking Voltron years ago on Netflix, The Legendary Defender, where the first couple seasons are like 10 episodes, and then it's season 3 is 5 episodes, season 4 is 5 episodes, and somehow you end up with like 8 seasons. But when you actually bring it down to 10 episode chunks, it's really only like 4 or 5.
Yeah, because you get 2 seasons in a year.
Yeah. So this is probably just the round out of the contract that they had, and they're just wrapping this up. Now, when you talk about a season 3, then we will see, because like even with your Harley Quinn show, Kevin, season 1 and 2 was a package deal. Season 3 and 4 was a package deal. And if I'm not mistaken, they got a season 5, which means it'll have a season 6, unless it was specifically stated season 5 is the last one.
They have not said one way or the other, other than that there is a 5. They haven't shown very much of it, other than like Haley and King Shark talking at Comic-Con, and that was about it. So, but I
couldn't with Harley Quinn. I'm sorry.
I'd really like it if Kite Man got another season, because they're doing a lot of good work with Bane on that.
You do a great Bane imitation from that show, though.
I do. That voice is reckoning. Anyway.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome. Batman, again in the news, is changing his name back to Michael Douglas. For those who don't know, Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. However, when he was registering with SAG, he couldn't register his name because, of course, there's already another Michael Douglas listed. So he had to sit and like think, what's another name? Oh, Keaton, Buster Keaton. We'll do that. But now, as he's getting a little older and just want to do his professional things, he's wanting it to be Michael Keaton Douglas for Hard Knocks. and going
Mm.
forward. I'm not bothered by that at all.
No.
I say
No.
good for him. Like that's
what
Long
I say.
overdue.
yeah.
I mean, I'll
that-
always kind of call him Michael Keaton. I'm going to be dead naming him for like the rest of my life because that's the only name I ever knew for him.
yeah, or just Batman. It works if you're into the whole
Yeah.
brevity thing.
Bruce.
Bruce, BJ.
Yeah.
Although I'm one of those stupid movie geeks where I see him, I not only think Batman, I just want to call him Steve, or Steven. And anybody who catches that reference, you know what movie I'm talking about. And it's all about the pizza, everybody.
About the pizza. I'd fall on my knees going, I'm not worthy, Batman. I'm so sorry. He's Batman. He's very comfortable in that.
Oh,
Yeah.
at the Oscars with him and like DeVito and Arnold was
Oh, that was
fantastic.
hysterical.
It's like,
So,
dude,
you-
like
you-
we need that fucking last Batman movie with him. A real legit his own Batman movie. Just fucking cap it the fuck off. Like, let's do it.
now, did you guys hear about the way he would fuck with Tom Holland when they were making
Oh,
Homecoming?
Spider-Man.
Yeah. They were in the
No.
car. They were in the car. He'd look over at Holland and go, I'm Batman. And just, he would fucking lose it. Every time he did that, Holland would lose it.
I think after the first or second time, sure, I'd probably start laughing. The first time, I'd probably get scared, like goosebumps, stop moving, sweat off the back of my neck, just scared.
Piss yourself.
Apologize for nothing. Confess to shit I did years ago.
Confess to shit other people did years ago.
Yeah, rat them out.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
funny.
want to do it. I don't want to do a Batman. They made me.
And then he's like pretty welcoming to it nowadays. But like when you look back at movies and you think back to like say Iron Man, you got Tony Stark at the very end saying, I am Iron Man. He was the first one to do that, actually. I am Batman.
It's
Mhm.
true. And everyone believed it from there.
Damn right. He's Batman, damn it. I remember all the hoopla about this like years ago, though, as a kid. Like, Michael Keaton is Batman? Oh my God, he's a comedian. And oh my God, he's not Bruce Wayne. Years later, oh yeah, he's Batman.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That was
everyone
ridiculous.
everyone who thought Mr. Mom couldn't be Batman, and I have to
And
count myself.
Beetlejuice.
I had to count myself in that because I just didn't see it. I was fucking wrong. I knew I was wrong when I was
Hey,
watching
that's
that movie.
okay.
After I saw Beetlejuice, of course, I'd seen Mr. Mom when I was really little, but when Beetlejuice came out, like it was evident he could do anything. And if
Mhm.
you'd seen his stand up, he could do anything.
He was
and
on fire back then.
Yeah, he really was so goddamn versatile and is versatile. He could be anyone.
Yeah.
But he is Batman.
He is Batman.
He is Batman.
Now,
Speaking of
the
Batman.
The Batman 2 is official. It is greenlit. It is going. The director came out and said that they're going to have the Penguin returning for part 2,
Yep.
plus a variety of other characters that are going to push Bruce to his limits, but no supernatural characters because they want to push the edge of like reality, but they don't want to go outside of reality.
Which is
They-
fine. There's plenty of characters you can get into to do that.
Yeah, but I guess it just means we're not getting Batman Dark or Justice League Dark anytime soon.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Well, it was rumored that was going to be one of the villains in this for a long time, but that's officially off the table, it looks like.
That sucks because if they could do a Mr. Freeze in the same vein that they did for the animated series or
And
the
Sub-Zero.
and the Arkham games, then marvelous. That was a whole other character unto himself.
Pitch perfect on those. Yep.
Mm. And I would love to see see some kind of cinematic take on Clayface.
I think you can find a way to make that work without going too goofy.
Well, I mean, if you go with the original concept of an actor basically doing crimes as his most famous character,
Yep.
that was the original idea for Clayface. He didn't have any shape-shifting powers. It was just a mask. They could do that, but I don't know. Most people will think of the shape-shifting, like, behemoth of a clay monster that you got in Batman the Animated Series. Voiced to perfection by Ron Perlman.
Oh, was it?
Before
That
he
was
went
Ron
crazy.
Perlman.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Hellboy.
I had read his autobiography, and he was talking about just how things kind of sucked for him in the '90s. So he didn't talk too much about it, but he's like, I got to talk about Andrea Romano and animation because that's where I had fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was a gem from what I understand.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
a
everybody
genius.
loved her.
Absolute genius.
Yes.
Yeah, considering who was it that they wanted at first? Tim Curry to play the Joker, and she's like,
Yeah.
Or how about Mark
Or-
Hamill over here?
So Curry did voice originally the Christmas with the Joker episode,
Correct.
Oh, he did.
but
Yes, he
he
did.
actually did. Mark Hamill came in and did. He revoiced it. I think Curry. I've read he had like bronchitis or something, so he just didn't sound good. And then also, he had just come off of Peter Pan and the Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So they were kind of afraid of Fox being seen as the Tim Curry network.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's what part of that was. And then Hamill
There is
had,
something to that. So yes,
yeah,
you are correct.
yeah, Hamill had wanted to do a voice. He did that corrupt businessman in the episode where they introduced Mr. Freeze. And then they brought him back to do the Joker, and he wasn't too sure if he'd be able to pull it off. I don't know if I can be quite that iconic, and yeah, hindsight's 2020. He is that iconic.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
going to say, hell.
I mean, he is the voice of the Joker for generations.
Absolutely.
And the fact that we were able to get one last shot of him and Conroy together in Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3.
I saw just that clip. I need to finish watching like the whole thing
Yeah.
because I didn't want to sit and like start part one and be like, well, I don't want to wait for part two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to binge this shit, really.
No, there's something to do in that.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad.
Once it all reaches max. But then again, once part 3 hits max, they're probably going to take part 1 off because that's just the way that they do shit.
Yeah, well, we got the
Yeah.
Penguin show coming up here in September, so I'm going to be watching it. I might be doing some reviews. Either you guys want to join me on that, you are more than welcome to do so.
I suppose I will, just because I have no doubt it'll be good. But I still haven't watched The Batman yet, so
It's not bad.
The third act drags and it kind of falls apart a little bit.
Yeah, but
the first like hour and a half of the movie is
Yeah.
actually pretty good. The big question will be is like, are you going to like who they got as Catwoman?
no, I don't. Like, I think she's like, anyway.
I was just more intrigued by the fact that they made Riddler more like the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
He looked like a school shooter. Like,
Well,
He
that was
looked like
part of
the
the problem
Zodiac
with
Killer,
the ending of
dude.
it. Yeah.
I mean, the hood, everything, the glasses on the outside of the hood, they totally went Zodiac on us.
Yeah. Made him a complete like serial killer-ish.
Yeah.
so not the Riddler?
No, he was still the Riddler.
Oh,
Yep.
well, okay. All
And
right.
it was actually very well done up to a point.
I saw the deleted scene with the Joker and how
Yeah.
they treated him like
Mhm.
Hannibal Lecter, and that was okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad, or I didn't care for that. It was okay.
Well, we'll see if they shoehorn Joker into Batman 2. I kind of doubt it, though. Based on what we're seeing with not doing the supernaturals. I mean, Joker's not supernatural, but they're going to focus on Penguin and, the criminal world. Thank you for watching this clip from our Deadwire live streams every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Did you like this clip? If so, please make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe to this video. Stay tuned to all of our video content. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.